Howdy, folks. Once more, back in the shed. Just give me a shout if you can hear me, see me okay. As long as we've got no interruptions from the internet side of things. Can you all hear me? There's Maura King. Hello, Maura. And Dino. 156 Andrew. Good day to you. Ray Bertelson, welcome in. Nice to see you. Digger Evans has joined us. There's Charlie and Chuck Schreiber. Hello, Chuck. Loud and clear. Thanks, Dino. 5x5, says Ray. Thank you, Ray. Martin O'Keefe. Thank you, Martin. Great to see you as always. We did have David Luck in, who cannot actually make Sundays because I think he's busy and such and has to do catch up. But welcome in. Nice to see you, David, and welcome to the no hat today. No, well, I got so much grief for the hat that I thought, well, I'll dispense with the hat today, get it warmed up a little more palatable, and I'll go from there. So no hat today. I must admit, I'm feeling the cold, but what can you do? Never mind. Well, welcome in, everybody. Nice to see you all. What am I running today? I've got A4 pulling the Northumbrian, which is King's Cross to Newcastle, one which Digger would be quite familiar with. There is Anthony Dodge has joined us. Greetings, Anthony. Lovely to see you, as always. Great content over the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night with Artie. Real fun shows. Yeah, great. So, yes, A4. Andrew K. McCosh. There's a story behind that one. That way. There it is. Way. Pulling the Northumbrian, which came as a Hornby set. It's the latest iteration of Hornby's A4, which has got the floating bogey just underneath the cab, which I don't particularly care for. But what can you do? It came as a set. So you've got 3 coaches with that. That's the Loco 3 coaches. And then you can get a pack of 3 coaches to go with it, which then has the buffet car, another brake car, and another coach. So it's a six coach train. There's Ivo Van Zon. The catalogue was a mammoth task. Well done. Indeed, yes. Anthony's been going through the Märklin catalogue and the Roco catalogue, and I believe the last one was Rivarossi and Jerf and all of the others. So, yeah, an absolutely stupendous task, and well done to that, Anthony. BN Ironwood has joined us. A very good morning to you. So that would suggest you're on the western side of the pond being the Atlantic Ocean, of course. Great to see everybody. Moneybrook Junction, there's Mark and Lisa. Very good afternoon to you. Eric has joined us. Hello, Eric. Nice to see you, man. I hope all is well with you in the US of A. Talking of the US of A, my Alco PA arrived. Unfortunately, not in one piece. What happens is, because it's a fairly old model, the packaging inside it, the ice cube package, had fractured, mostly front and back, which allowed the locomotive to move. And of course, every time it took a jolt, bash, it went this way, bash, it went that way. So all of the details on front and back are literally obliterated. There's a little pile of about that size of parts that I can, at my leisure, glue together. John has joined us. John number 2. Happy birthday, John. Always great to see you. And it's always John's birthday. So, yes. After many vicissitudes, it arrived. I bought it primarily as spare parts. So it is a spare parts engine for the others. I managed to get this one working. There's Paul. Hello, Paul. Wolfsec Scenics. Nice to see you. If I've missed anybody in the chat, do give me a shout. Curly Express. How can I miss Dwight? You can't miss Dwight. Just keep moving, Dwight. I like a moving target. And get to the chopper. There's a bit of Arnie for you. And anybody else I've missed? Not at the moment. No, I think I've caught up with everybody. If I have missed anybody, I do apologise. On the other track, I pulled out Sugar Palm in its funky apple green London North East Railway markings with its white wall tyres and 4 Thompson teaks behind it. They were metal bodied coaches, the real thing, but they painted them teak, a teak effect, and stupendous. Bachmann have produced the models, and they are absolutely stunning. I must reiterate that I've had them out here before and run them in a larger train, but down to 4 coaches today, it was just the time was passing me by, and I thought, let's grab and run. So I did. But everything seems to be working tickety-boo so far. The Bachmann coaches right here, they run, can I say, almost frictionless. Yeah, almost frictionless. Andy, so same thing the CIWL did with their teak cars when they went for a blue livery. Yeah, it's probably metal painted in a wood effect. Very, very effective. These Bachmann coaches, probably my favourites out of all the coaches. There's no lighting, nothing too fancy, but the decoration, I think you'll agree, is superb. The running characteristics. When you buy these models, when we all buy these models, we want to take them out of the box, give them an inspect. Ooh, that looks nice. Put it on the track, give it a prod, and see how it runs. I'll spray that again. And these run just superbly. Are you sure there weren't teak panels over steel? No, they were definitely painted that way. I'm pretty sure they were just painted. I could be proved wrong. They could have put a veneer over it, but I don't think so. I think they wanted them to be a little more bulletproof than the old wooden bodies, and obviously safer, because if you had a crash and they all telescoped, they just turned into matchwood if they were wood. The steel bodies obviously offered a greater deal of safety for the passengers. So that's what's running today. Clean the track. Always good. I've noticed that James isn't in the chat yet, and may be a little early for James, but I thought I'd do away with Old Faithful. Just in case you're interested, there is a lining in it, which has got a quilted lining, and this is roughly what it looks like. You can actually put the tails up the top like that, and yeah, but it's a hat. Very effective in this kind of funky weather that we've had. It's been cold one day, a little warmer the next, raining, drizzle, no snow, and not so much ice for the last week or 10 days. So SJ Train World has joined us. Simon Jensen. Nice to see you, Simon. Always a pleasure. Roadkill fur hat. Yeah, quite possibly. Um, I don't know if that's synthetic fur. I rather think it is, or the real thing. As it came from a tank exhibition where they were selling uh, war surplus uniform and deactivated machine guns and all kinds of things. I found that, and I also found the U.S. Army Air Force cap that I have as well. So I bought the two, and I do put them to good use. It's no good buying these things and then not using them. And and the SJ is no Jensen Button. Well, perhaps not, but what Simon has got, he's got in abundance. Very, very nice guy to meet. Um, Everybody here knows SJ, and however many times he comes over to the UK, he will always be welcome. Uh, but I got a belly button. Yes, yes, yes. Most of us have. Most of us have, unless it's been surgically removed. I wonder if there's anybody who doesn't have a belly button. Uh, I'm not sure that's biologically possible, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Still, never mind. SJ, do you like shortbread? I would guess that Simon probably does, but I'll let Simon answer that one. He does indeed. That doesn't mean he needs a half a hundredweight of it, Andrew, but it's very kind of you to ask. And there's Charlie. Did anyone see my video about the GWR railway journals? I'm afraid I didn't, Charlie. Hold my hand up, put it on your heart. Randall Ellison has joined us. A very good day, Randall. I hope you are well. I know you're still suffering from the kidney stones and passing them on occasions, which is horribly painful. So I do commiserate with your stones. At work right now. Well, that's good, Randall. I know work has been a little hit and miss. So make hay while the sun shines, as they say. Great to see you, Randall. And long may your shadow not grow less, as they say. Maura King is there. Hello, Maura. Curly, Randall, Maura. Right. Anyway, right. What's the drink of the day? Drink of the day is coffee in the funky mug. What is it? Eat, sleep, trains. Rinse and repeat. Cheers, everybody. Getting a little lukewarm now, but it's still palatable. Just found out that some second-hand stand tried to sell me one of those 6-axle KPEV sleepers for over the official price. Really? Did you buy it, Ivor? Picked up 2 boxes from BRMNA Widow. Incredible historical detail. Yeah, where would we be without our publications? I know lots of publications are online now, but once those publications are gone, they're really gone. So, yeah, it's worth holding on to them. Yeah, it's pretty dead right now. I think there's only one southbound coming, and the closest northbound train is at Bay, Arkansas. All these exotic places. Arkansas, Ohio, yeah, Washington, Seattle. Yeah, fabulous. What's the old phrase? The grass is always greener. And yeah, it does look that way. I was watching Stormy Sky put on these massive monster trains last night. that you see in America. We don't see anything like that now, and it was nice to see a little bit of blue sky and some wispy clouds to make a change. Hit that like button or be a golem. Indeed. Cheers, everybody. There's Tim. Hello, Tim. Nice to see you, man. The magazines are free to anyone interested. Um, my advice is don't send anything overseas if you can avoid it. Uh, as you're in good shape and spirit. Well, that's good. Well, because well, okay, there you go. Grass isn't always greener. Today it is white. Yeah, that's mm, uh, which beats muddy brown. It would be without the snow. Yeah, absolutely. No, I didn't buy it. At that point, I had no listing of the official price. Roco, that's the thing. When I'm with Richard at one of these exhibitions, and I pick up a box and I go, "Oh, look at this." He'll go, "Hang on a minute." Out comes the phone. No, that's too much. Put it back. So yeah, it needs. We all need somebody of the fast thinking, fast acting um, phones to put us on the right track. And yeah, always useful. Worth remembering if you're going to drag somebody to a model railway exhibition or show, um, take somebody who's clued up with the stuff. Richard's working right now out on the railway at some horrible, cold, nasty place, but I'm sure we'll hear about that later. Um, Doncaster is looking a bit problematic at the moment. I'm going to go um, just because they've shut the whole of the East Coast Main Line, which is our main train going to Doncaster. They've shut it from Peterborough right down to King's Cross. No trains there whatsoever. So they've shut that completely and it will be replacement bus service. So if I want to get to Doncaster, I've got to go to the local station, jump on the bus, get to Peterborough, off the bus, on the train, roar through to Doncaster, jump out there, get the free bus to Doncaster Racecourse, enjoy the show, jump back on the bus, back to Doncaster, on the train, down to Peterborough, swap over onto a bus, back home. That sounds like a bit of a killer day. Um, so I'm in two minds whether I want to go through that. But there's so many people going to Doncaster who are going various different ways. I really don't want to disappoint anybody. So I'm going to make the supreme effort, I think. Um, Ben got you. Ben got you. Junction. Carl Braun has joined us. Very good day to you, Carl. Sorry, breaking these teeth in for the dog. Sorry, can't make Doncaster. Well, not everybody can, but it's a hell of a lot closer than somewhere like Alexandra Palace, where you literally have to go the whole length of the country just to get there. Oh, there's Clive, just back from the toy fair. What did you get, Clive? Come on, man, spill the beans. Did you buy anything of substance, or was it little picky bits and pieces? Come on, Clive. Get on the tippy tappy. Let's hear it. Come on, Clive. Come on. Come on. Type faster. Type faster. Come on. Come on. Let's eke it out of him. Nice to see you, Carl. I hope your pastry is as good as it always is. What else? What else has happened this week? Ah. Hornby put out their their prospectus of what they're going to produce over the next year. And in that cornucopia of wonderfulness, they have decided to put out another set of Coronation LNER coaches, this time with West Riding written on the side. And it's an 8-coach train, 4 articulated 2 coaches. So I ordered them. I know they're bloody expensive, but I missed out on the Coronation coaches. They were all gone by the time I started looking for them. So that's the problem. If you only have to turn your nose up once, and the die is cast, and you are set going without. And fortunately, they produced them last year. They sold out like that. Most of them on pre-order. But this time, the good thing is I don't need the ugly beaver tail. I know people are raving about it. It's a coach which goes down from the roof down to nothing, and I thought it was ugly. I know it's lit and it finishes off the train, but I thought it was ugly. So if I get this West Riding train, which has got the 8 coaches, which is 4 lots of double coaches because they're articulated. That's 2 coaches share 1 bogie. What did Clive say? Right. Oh, let me go back a bit. I've obviously missed something. Box of underlaid fibre, 2 boxes crammed full of wheels, Craftsman, and 10 full radius curves at £2 a pop. Okay. So it's a bits and pieces jobby. Nothing wrong with that. If that floats your boats, Clive, then all good. Aaronville has joined us. Hello, Aaron. Nice to see you. I think my layout would be too small to run 8 coaches. You could probably do it at a squeeze, but it may look odd. If you have a fairly small layout and you try and run too much, it tends to look odd. If you go back to when we all started and we had a loco and 3 coaches, and it looked like a full train. It still does. Good morning, James. I've had a hat transplant. Yeah, I bowed to pressure, and the tank hat is down there. What did you call it? The dead rabbit. Yes. So anyway, let's get you down on the track. Now I'm going to try moving this, and I hope everything stays stable. Here we go. I will do this carefully. I did do some tests after the last catastrophe last week, and it wasn't the camera. I couldn't get the camera by manipulating the cord to play silly buggers. What I think happened is the repeater on the Wi-Fi just bugged out, and it left me high and dry. So sorry about that, ladies and gents. Here we go. Right, let's tilt you back a bit. How's that? Oh dear, she's looking a bit sorry for herself. Boarded the train at Oban in Partick, changed to Dumbarton for Oban on the way back. Directly to Queen Street from there. Lower level to Partick. Video is on YouTube. I'll check that out, Charlie. Although I think I saw that one. I'm pretty sure I saw it. 150 centimetre length. That still has 5-car express with Era 1 coaches. Yes, yes. That's a way round it. You can always go with the smaller coaches. I'm not sure what these were. I think they were either 51, 57 feet, 57 foot, I think. And I'm not sure about the coming around now is Sugar Palm, pulling the LNER Thompsons. These, I think, were 61 foot. Ian Melling has joined us. A very good day to you, Ian. Hope you're well. Running today is the Northumbrian, which is King's Cross to Newcastle, which is Andrew K. McCosh, A4, Andrew K. McCosh, pulling a 6-car train. And coming from behind you, we have Thompson, 462, Sugar Palm, number 526, pulling 4 Thompson coaches. So we have a Hornby train, which is this one. Look, I'm pointing. And the other one is an all Backman train. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Andrew. Your grand passed away. Always a difficult time. So chin up, man, and just do what you have to do and try and stay happy. I know it's tough. You've already had one loss, and this is another blow. But all power to your elbow, brother. Ah, yes. Simon, that little building behind the TND is a former China clay dryers. I just thought the cotton wool would give it the idea that it's smoking, and it fooled you. So it must be I must be doing something right. A moonshine building in the forest. Yes, interesting idea, Simon. But just parked in front of that is an English China clay Land Rover, which is I'll just pick it up, which is about here. Hmm. And Eric has joined us. A very good day to Eric and Cara and Willie and Opa. I hope you're well, Eric. And I did watch your latest video, and it was a shame about what you bought and the fact that it didn't work. But I'm sure a man of your saliva can quickly sort it out. And Joe Raider has joined us in the chat. A very good day to you, Joe. Very good morning. Hope you're well. Coming this side is the Northumbrian, pulled by Andrew K. McCosh, Gresley A4, pulling a rake of Gresley coaches, courtesy of Hornby. Here is a Backman Thompson A2, Sugar Palm, number 526, pulling a rake of Thompson coaches, produced by Backman. Exceedingly well, I might add. And Andy 81E has joined us. A very good day to you, Andy. Hope everything is tickety-boo today. And Daz, hello Daz. Nice to see you, man. Coming from behind is Sugar Palm, pulling the Thompsons. These are almost frictionless. So I I could safely say you could put 20 of them behind a tank engine and it would pull it, uh, with keeping your fingers crossed and touching wood. And Dora's Locomotive Shed, running late, just in from the old Audis. That's not the German motor manufacturer, that is ALDI Audi, the exceedingly good food shop, food and other bits and pieces. And Andy at March West Junction has joined us. Very good day to you, Andy. Andrew K. McCosh pulling some grizzly teaks, which are obviously in carmine and cream. That's King's Cross to Newcastle, the Northumbrian. That's as much of the train as Hornby would allow you to have, 6 cars. Coming from behind, Sugar Palm, and a small rake of Bachman Thompson coaches. Right enough. Just wondering, Charlie, have you got much snow where you are at the moment? I know Anthony's had his fair share of it. Oh yeah, Andy, I caught up with your video. Was it? It was all the early diesels. Yeah, very much like that, Andy. That was. That must have been quite a session putting that lot together. Eating waffles and drinking coffee here, so excuse. Enjoy the silence. Hello, Adam. Nice to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Moderator of the Year, Adam, known as Flymo. Not here in Florida, but in Toronto, had about an 18-inch drop. Oh, that's nasty. 18 inches of snow. Can you imagine that here? The whole country would grind to a halt. And Charlie's Train Depot. Hello, Charlie. Nice to see you. I hope today finds you well. That must be very early for you, Charlie. Another quick explanation of what we've got. We've got Grizzly A4, Andrew K. McCosh, number 60003, pulling a 6-car rake of Grizzly coaches. Here is Sugar Palm, which is a Thompson A2 class, both 462s, and a rake of Bachman Thompson coaches. Just bear in mind, these are not the same Bachman that you get in the States. This is Bachman Branch Line, a completely separate part of the organisation, and they do things very differently. Bachman over here tend to be the premier brand, and the other manufacturers are nipping at their coattails, as they say. Only had 1 to 2 inches of squeaky snow last night. Well, that's good, Eric. I think you could probably manage that. It depends what's on the ground already, though. The less snow, the better. Well, in my book. One of the islands of Japan got 4 meters of snow on the 16th of January. Can you imagine that? 4 meters of snow. That's something like 12 foot of snow. I just can't comprehend that. How could you shovel that fast to get it down? You just couldn't. Well, to a degree, I'm glad we live in the UK, which is a little more temperate. I know our climate is crazy and there's a lot of rain, but it's not always like that. It tends to be a mixed bag, and the weather can change from 5 minutes to the next here. So we put up with it, and you people have to put up with us moaning about it. But when it comes to it, we don't get that kind of snowfall. Yeah, Paul, you could tunnel through it, I suppose. Moving to a new home soon. Have a new studio set up by the end of February. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Charlie. Must admit, I did like your setup where you were. But yeah, it's always nice to have something new. It's too cold for snow, Eric. Too cold for snow? Isn't that a contradiction in terms? But you know your climate better than I. A couple of sites, one in Spanish, quite detailed. The other is Dutch, but not quite as full. Okay. And we have a snowplow come around and clear the driveway, and the city comes there and block us in. Yeah, that makes sense, Charlie. Well, Eric, all I can say to that is roll on the spring. March usually brings lots of showers, but it's generally warmer. Nighttime temperatures go up to something like 10 or 12 degrees, and daytime temperatures go up to a balmy 64, 18 degrees centigrade, 64 Fahrenheit. Ah, is that what happened, Eric? The electrics are fried. If so, that's not good. Yeah, Charlie, I thought I'd go DC today. So both lines are running DC. At the flick of a switch, I can turn it to DCC, but then you'd hear lots of buzzing and nastiness from these locos. These are DCC capable, both of them, but you can only do so much with the budget that we have. It would be nice to have DCC sound in both, but I do have quite a stock of engines that, well, there are others that have to come first. There's often a big snowstorm in Toronto around the end of February and mid-March. We need sponsors. Blimey, who would I get as a sponsor? Probably Lord of the Rings, I would suggest. as apparently I look like Gollum. Yeah, I wonder if I could get sponsored by Lord of the Rings. Interesting. Yeah, interesting aspect. I could return it to the seller. I just like the look. The card is blown, according to what I found out on the forums, because the motor works. Just need the right decoder to rig up. Well, if you like it, Eric, my advice is, yeah, change the chip. As long as there's nothing underlying in the chip blowing, you don't want to put another chip in it and that blows as well, because then that really does get expensive. But if you've checked it out and if you could get it running just basic AC by putting in a blanking chip or something like that, that might prove the worth of it, and then put in another chip. But it's difficult without actually being there. I'm shooting on the fly, as they say. 8 degrees here this morning. Is that 8 degrees Fahrenheit or 8 degrees centigrade? It's interesting, but we do usually get some snow around February. Usually we have a flurry in November or December, not usually at Christmas, but then just when you think it's safe to come out of the closet, it will snow again, usually February. And I'm not looking forward to that because it usually does quite a good job of it. Let's hope that that doesn't happen. Oh, Fahrenheit. That's very cold, Dwight. No wonder you're moaning about the cold. That is extremely cold. What, 8 degrees Fahrenheit? Swish. That's got to be minus 20 odd. Chuck, even Chuck is at minus 3, and that's what, South Texas? Good grief. It looks like Adam is flying between just below freezing and just above freezing. That's the freezing point of water, which is 0 centigrade. For those that don't know, the difference is in Fahrenheit, it's the freezing point of salty water, like the sea, and in centigrade, it's the freezing point of fresh water, which is 0. Willie just said it's 3 degrees. When will I see you again? No, I can't sing, but it had to be done. The 3 degrees, superb singers, great music. And Steve Childers has joined us. I didn't say that right, did I? Steve Childers. Apologies, Steve. Oklahoma, where the sun comes dripping down the plain. Yeah, right. The wind comes sweeping down the plain. Yeah, it's always confusing, Adam, when we get into Fahrenheit and things like that. The difference between salty water and fresh water. I think obviously, as we're a seagoing nation, or we were, a lot of the temperatures had an impact on what was going on the brining. Well, I think you'll agree, everything seems to be running very well at the moment. Let's speed up Andrew came across a little bit. It is, after all, supposed to be an express train. Let's get them moving with a little more gusto. Unfortunately, as I turn up the speed, it also turns up the noise. Degrees Reamer. I've never heard of that one. I'll have to look that one up. Google will tell us the truth, of course. And here comes Andrew came across. And Todd has joined us. And Mon. Hello, Mon. And Todd, I hope you're not buried in snow up in sunny Canada. And Hi has joined us. It's a very good day, Hi. I hope the lowlands have been kinder to you. And John JMC. A very good day to you, John. I can't do the funky because I'm slightly off camera. I hate to say it, John, but I'm running DC today. Andrew came across pulling a rake of Gresleys, which is the Northumbrian. And from behind you, Sugar Palm. Thompson A2, I believe, with a rake of Thompson coaches from Backman. And as I stated before, these are DCC capable. It's just that I haven't got around to doing that yet. Scanderton Model Railway, greetings. The signals are Heathcote Electronics. Well, they do the boards which are sitting underneath the layout, and the signal you're looking at is a generic Chinese signal. The ones on the other side, the ones that's facing away from you, they were made by a different company who I got a feeling their main signal maker left or went to get other employment, and they just sort of faded. But they're not the Train Tech ones, no. I think the Train Tech ones were quite expensive. These little dwarf shunting signals, they are the Train Tech ones, which I believe are now done by Gauge Master. Yeah, they're 4-aspect signals, John, and they run completely separate from any other electronics, DCC or anything like that. They've just got board sequencers which are connected together to give 4-aspect signaling. So double yellow back to green, and our Sugar Palm goes past the signal. Now goes to red, and then it follows on from there. Oh, is that the company? No, it wasn't Absolute Aspects. They produced very high quality signals, but very, very expensive. It was a name like KC Signals or something like that. And they sort of faded. But the Chinese ones that I got are a positive common, a positive anode, or a common anode, I should say. The ones on the other side, which require different boards, are classic British type LEDs where the commons are all negative, or common cathode. The boards are Heathcote Electronics. John, are you doing one of your live streams tonight? Flying tonight. What do we call expensive here? Right, okay. For a 4-aspect signal, you're looking at something like 60 quid or something like that, because they are really first class accurate signals. They are not cheap. Canadian Locomotive Logistics, a very good day to you. Oh, you've got a layout in Boston coming up soon. Okay, that's great. Should be. But no mood might stop you. Well, John, we can only go with our moods. But I suppose as I do one every week, regardless of the mood I'm in, I'm usually in a better mood when I start and get things moving. So it might help you to have a little play first. And Jason, Colonel Cottonbelt. Very good day to you, Jason. A very good morning to you. Hope you're well. There's not much cheap in the world these days, Jason. If you want to send anything anywhere, it's expensive. If you want to buy anything, it's expensive. Even the second-hand stuff is shot through the roof. Yes, yeah, well, where would we be without a little support? Which means you're expensive. Are you saying, Jason, that you're high maintenance? Oh, by the way, how's your toiletry situation going? I know you've been having a few plumbing issues. I just wondered how that's all getting along. A €90 mechanic run, separately controlled ring, full DC seated from the factory. Yeah, Weissman are very expensive. Well, this one's for John JMC. Eat, sleep, trains. Rinse and repeat. New sewer lines are in and concrete has been put back. Tile guy coming Monday morning. That's great news. That's great news, Jason. I know it's a hell of a thing to have your drainage pipes go and have to replace them. That's a lot of work and very expensive. So I'm glad it's all looking good for you, mate. Two American standard toilets installed. Oh crap! Would ghost flush? Charlie, are they not mechanical then? Do they work on some kind of light principle, or they've got something like a light dependent resistor, so that every time you get off the lav it flushes? That all sounds a bit high tech to me. Is the weather any better? It's super cold here for a while. Our weather is a little changeable in the UK. It can be one thing one day and then something completely different the next. It's always fairly temperate, but it does make us very grumpy. Scamperton, I can find out. I can't remember your name, so if you'd like to put it in the chat, I will happily use your name. But how far the fence is back, I can find out. I've got a feeling it depends. It depends on the lay of the land. Obviously, if there's a lot of bushes and trees there, it will be set back from there. But what the minimum is, I really don't know. I can ask Richard and I'll be happy to drop you a line. Tim. I hope I've got that right. It's Tim. Okay, Tim. I'll do my best to find out. Richard would probably know. That's my son. He works on the railways, so I can ask the question. I mean, he could tell me to bugger off, but I doubt it. No worries, Tim. In Canada, they always stay back 10 metres from the track. Well, that's very wise, James. I would imagine the best place to probably see trains going at speed is probably one of the stations. A main station like Peterborough, they would come through at 100 miles an hour plus. They always give you a warning on the public address system first. Please stand back from the edge of the platform. This train does not stop at Peterborough. Whoosh! Yeah, that's a shame, Jason. But you've got to be able to use the crapper, man. Right, let's slow Andrew K. down a bit. And I'll grab my only camera, which is right here. And I'll place it carefully back on the computer. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just bring these to a gentle halt. There's Andrew came across. A very gentle halt. And here comes Sugar Palm. Europe has them pretty close on normal speed track. Yeah, I'm not sure there's what would be the minimum? It's usually 4'8.5" is the track width. Then you've got 6 foot between the tracks. But what's on the other side? The cess. That's what we call it here, the cess, which is the bit outside the rails, between the outside of the rails and the public. There's got to be a minimum number, because then you get warning signs up in red and white which say warning, limited clearance. I don't know. I can ask the question, Tim, and I'll come back with an answer. I'm not sure when. I think Richard's finished about now. I think he's done 7 in the morning till 2. And on a Sunday, that's pretty good money. So I'm not knocking it. He'll come back in exhausted, have a drink, and then be his old self. So, yeah. Okay, Mont. It's officially tomorrow where you are. Yes, I understand that. Um, yes, the time has come. Uh, Another great start to a Sunday. Well, thank you, Chuck. That's very kind of you. James, did you move to a condo? I believe James did. Yes. Rather have a floor to replace than plumbing in a concrete slab. Um, and replacing both bathroom floor as well since they got busted up. Yeah, well, they would. Um, they cement those things in so well so they don't move, but there's never a thought for taking them up. Hopefully, they would outlive you, but obviously, it's not in your case because I think they were cast iron, which they would be back in the day. But there you go. Ladies and gents, thank you all very much for joining me on this chilly but acceptable day. Eric, have a good time with your locomotive. I'm sure you can sort it out. Carl, always great to see you. And SJ, oh, we're already finished. Who else is doing a live today? Well, Dwight will be doing his live tonight, and it sounds like John JMC will be doing a live, which is roughly around the same time, which is 7 o'clock p.m. UK time. You're all welcome. Get to the chopper. Yeah, that's the way. Happy birthday, John SRV. Absolutely. It's always John's birthday. Every time he crops up, another birthday goes past. Thanks everybody for coming in and making the day what it is. Who else is doing one? Well, usually at about 3 o'clock in about an hour's time, Rob at Shedley Wood Railway usually does one. Is there anybody else on a Sunday? I'm not sure. Sometimes you get some random ones from maybe Robert Strainset or Lord Owl. Lord Owl might be one. If someone else is doing a live, I do tonight. It's Dwight Curley, the Curly Express. He's in America, so usually there's not much overlap between the UK guys and the American guys, but it's just that I have a foot in each camp. So I usually have two live streams going. I've got John JMC on that tab, and I've got Dwight Curley on that tab, and I try and flip between them, which is not always easy. But John JMC might do a live, but yeah, it's one of those things. Dwight's very much towards an American style audience because he's got American stock, and John JMC is very much British stock. So there's obviously a divide there. Am I on Facebook Messenger? No, I'm not, Jason. This is the only social media that I do. So I've got an email address, which is on my main page of my YouTube. If you want to contact me, always feel free. When are you doing a 12-hour live? Never. Can you imagine doing a 12-hour live? I know some people have. You need to run the coploper next time. Okay, hi. I will do that. I nearly fell over the coploper when I was getting this lot out, so I know where it is. I might do a live Wednesday around noon, running trains. What would noon be in Canada here? So there's what, five hours difference? So if yours is noon, then ours would be 5 o'clock p.m. So getting towards dinner time. I would never do a 12-hour or a 6-hour. 3 hours is enough. Yeah, but what you do with the 3 hours is exceptional, Anthony. It's always a great show that you do. Send you some pics of the work later. Whenever, yeah, that's a hell of a thing to dig out a sewage pipe. I mean, really, I can't think of anything worse to do in a house than that. The mess and the sheer cost of it, awful. It's about 9 a.m. in Canada. Yeah, it's usually pretty early morning, and I'm so grateful to all of the American guys and the Canadian guys for getting up that early to share the live stream. I really am grateful. And the other way in Australia and New Zealand, that's the other end of the day. It's almost midnight or whatever. It's just, but what can you do? That's the way of things. It's 8 a.m. here. Well, I'm sorry to get you up so early, Dwight, but I hope you think it's worth it. And it's always great having your company. Anyway, ladies and gents, my time has come. I'm going to get a fresh coffee and something to nosh on, and then I'll take the doggy out for walkies. Um, they left all the old ones down there. They just ran new ones and rerouted so they wouldn't have to bust more slab. That makes sense. That does make sense. Yeah. Um, Still, it's a hell of an undertaking, Jason. So I do feel for you. There goes the train budget. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very much for joining me, and I will bring this to a close. And everybody have a great week. I'll see you at Dwight's or John's or both. And take care out there. And adios, amigos.